If we have the call on us, if we have sort of the inclination, if we have sort of that feeling to build, to create something, to make a change, to achieve a goal, to achieve an objective, to go on out on a particular thing, majority of the time, the resources that we need to enable us get started. Now, this is different from the resources that we need to enable us achieve the goal. Majority of the time, the resources that we need to enable us get started, that is to get our foot in front of the door, to get our sort of ideas in motion, to get us to swing into action. Majority of the time, the resources that we need, they are always around us. They are always there. So it can be in the friend that we have. It can be in somebody that we know that knows somebody. The resources, majority of the time, is always there. We just have to be, observing. We have to look around. We have to be, calm and just look around us and look at the resources we can use around us to get started. This is very, very important because majority of the time we sort of not get started on our goals. We sort of not swing into actions because we feel that we don't have the required level of resources. The required level of resources is incomplete. The people we need, the places we need to get into, we do not have at the moment. But most of the time, what we only need is just that resource that would get our foot in the door, that would get us to swing into action. And having swung into action, other things, other elements, other components that we need sort of aligns with us along the way. So this is my sort of a call upon us to not be limited by the lack of resources, or to make it much more understandable by us. This is a call on us not to be limited by the incompleteness when it comes to our resources. So because we don't have this certain level of resources, but we don't have this certain level of resources, so we won't get started. So this is a call on us not to be limited on the minuteness of our resources or the incompleteness of our resources. We should sort of have it at the back of our mind to sort of swing into action, no matter what we are called on to do, no matter the inclination we feel, no matter that gut feeling we have, that idea we want to execute, to sort of just execute it, swing into action with the resources we have, in as much as that resource will enable us swing into action, in as much as that resource will enable us get our foot in the door. It is important that we swing into action. Action usually beats unnecessary analyzation of those ideas, over simplification, analyzing and consistently trying to figure out the perfect way to start. Action beats it every time, because once you have that execution mindset, you're sort of swinging into action even before you have the resources complete. And when you are in action, you sort of feel that other resources, other elements that you need are kind of aligning with you as you go along in the journey. So this is my thoughts to share today. It's the idea that majority of the time, the resources that we need to always get started, to always get our foot in the door, to always get our hands dirty, they are there. We just have to look around. We just have to look at how we can maximize the best of what we have, to the best of its ability, how we can just go all in, put in the work and just get on starting, because we never can tell. Every other element, every other components that we need are sort of like aligning with us as we go along in the journey. So this is it, because I see that majority of people are often limited by their inability to have the complete or the required level of resources they need. So in that case, they would rather not get started. They would rather not put in the work. They would rather not swing into action. But majority of the time, this often causes delay in execution. We are often, ill-motivated or not motivated again to just put in the work and to just go all out on our goals. So the idea for us today is to always swing into action with the resource we have, make the best of our, the little resource we have, make the best of it, swing into action, swing into motion, get our hands dirty. We learn along the way. The resources we need, they sort of align with us along the way. We are building experience, we are building capacity by just swinging into action, by just swinging into motion, by just trying, by just giving it our best shot with what we have, making the best of what we have at the current moment. This will enable us make a change at a greater scale, make a change with capacity when the required level of resources come, because we are very much grounded in experience, we are grounded in knowledge base, we are grounded in capacity when the required level of resources come. So it is the idea that for us not to wait until we have the required level of resources, rather swing into action, begin to build capacity, begin to build experience, and let those resources start to align as you journey along. And when the required level of resources is present, we are better, much more grounded in capacity to deliver on what we want, to go out and achieve the goals and objectives that we want seamlessly, because we have built capacity at the beginning, we've built the foundation at the beginning. So achieving the results when the resources are there will be seamless, will be easy. So guys, I would like to hear your thought and understanding on this in the comment section, and until the next video, see you guys. Bye.